Yes, people, welcome back to another video. Sinclair TV back again. Tonight is the match preview between Everton and Newcastle United. And I've got Cal with me. Big up to you, Cal. How are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. You?
Yeah, I'm champion. Not too bad, not too bad. I mean, I've done my match day vlog on Sunday for the Newcastle game. And believe it or not, I got 100 plus new subscribers on the back of that. 7,000 views, and it's just absolutely fantastic. And I've got to say thank you for everyone you watching my vlog. Subscribe as well if you're new, and also if you like the super chats as well. It's open. If you'd like to become a member, it's 99p. Thank you very much indeed for that. So if you check out my vlogs, absolutely it's incredible. Click on that. 50 minutes. I'm on there doing my first ever vlog. So I'll go for some comments as well. Hi to Bobby. Hi to Football Talk Podcast. Big up to you, mate. Big up to Footsie Business. Please hit the subscribe button, mate, if you can. That'd be brilliant. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you, Daniel, for becoming a member. Thank you so much indeed. I hope you're okay. Big D. Hi to Clone Lad. Hi to you. Hi to Mason. Hi to the Clone Lad again. Big Joe has turned into some player. What a performance at the weekend. He's like a Swiss Army knife. Can play anywhere. Absolutely right. Big up to Leslie as well. Good to hear. Well, John is so close to 4,700 subs. In fact, I've got over 4,700 subs. Thank you very much for that, Leslie. Amazing numbers this week. Thanks to each and every subscriber. Thank you very much indeed for that, Miss Stapleton. John Marital Jane, Everton, USA chairman in 2009. Big up to you there. Hi to again, big up to Eddie. IG, mate. Let's see so you guys get some momentum going after the Spurs massacre. Well, you got a game on Thursday. You'll beat Spurs. They're a shocking team. Good evening to Gareth. Hope you had a good day. We have indeed. In Chicago, Illinois, USA in 2009, because she went to the Middlesbrough vs Everton match in November 2008. Thank you for that, Ian. Please hit the like, subscribe, share to socials. The channel is growing. It is indeed 100 new subscribers in 24 hours. That is incredible. Hi to Jules. And sorry for anything to come on. Even to Alan, hope you're okay, mate. I would rather play Tottenham than Everton, to be fair. Tough game on Thursday. Everyone's been saying that, but Everton will be a tough game. Even to Alan, looking forward to Everton. Let's go for the jug. Absolutely, mate. And big up to 10 Liam. Hi to Nippon, Chelsea fan. Big up to you, my guy. Hi to Tony as well. And I hope you're having a good time. Right. Before that, just a quick review on Sunday's game. What's your take on Sunday's game against Tottenham? 6-1. Absolutely massacre. 3 up in the 8 minutes. 5 up in 20 in about 21st minute. I'll tell you what, Joe Linton, we've got to give him some praise, some props, by the way, Carl, because that guy is brilliant.
That guy is a monster, mate. He's absolutely outstanding. And you know what? I think I tweeted it saying I'd pay 80 million for him. He's absolutely brilliant. And, he's really come to his own. And I think Bruno helps that. Eddie Howe's helped that. The whole team's just been absolutely outstanding. That was one game I was really nervous about, because I knew the importance of it. And my God, did we leave the best performance for the most important game? Like, we just got to take it into the next, keep that momentum going, and just cement this 4th spot or 3rd spot. Do you know what I mean? Like, look at Man U's games. I think we'll end up 3rd. I think you said that as well, didn't you? So yeah, mate, absolutely brilliant. I couldn't believe what I was watching. It was the perfect start. It was just, I thought I was dreaming, mate. I think I tweeted saying, if I'm in a coma, don't wake me up. Dare wake me up. This is fantastic. I couldn't believe it, mate. Even Murphy, man. And about this, I want to get this off my chest before I forget. So I heard that Lloris was raging before the game. He wasn't happy. I don't know if you've mentioned this yet. He wasn't happy with the 3 in the middle. He didn't agree with the 3 in the middle. So they were arguing before that even kicked off. And when you look at Murphy's shot, people are saying he didn't even try. Like he'd had enough. He didn't want to be there. The whole team's in shambles at the minute with Spurs. But apparently Hugo Lloris was having it out with the gaffer before it even kicked off. And yeah, you see, he didn't come out in the second half. So I believed it. I was like, well, whoever's saying this has got some inside information. And it kind of made sense, didn't it? Because he was shocking. That's a really good goalkeeper. That, and he's just, it's the worst I've ever seen him play. So yeah, the whole team just do you credit I don't think we get enough credit. I've been watching a lot online, and it's like Tottenham are awful. Tottenham are this. They don't know where they are bad. I've always said that, but they're still fifth. And we were just, I think we were just absolutely outstanding. We were beating anyone that day. Anyone.
I agree. I've got Toffee Bluecast as well. Thank you for coming on as an Everton fan. Got to take your first name, my guy. What's your first name?
Just call me Dan, mate. Dan.
No problem, Dan. Dan, no problem. Dan, thanks for coming on, mate. Listen, there's no rivals here. We've got you on because we want to get from the Everton perspective. So we've got a match on Thursday between Everton and Newcastle United at Goodison Park. And listen, your season, right, hasn't been great, right? Frank Lampard, in my opinion, I mean, he should never got that job in the first place. I mean, they sat at the right time. We've got Sean Dyche in. Tell us about your season so far, right? And what is going on at Everton, mate?
It's been absolutely shambles this season. We've had Frank Lampard, who we had the option of two coaches, Pierre or Frank Lampard, and we didn't want Pierre, so we went with Frank Lampard. They gave us two options that we didn't massively want, but Frank Lampard we felt was going to be better than Pierre because we had two poor options. So we went with Frank Lampard. Some of us wasn't 100% sure, but he's not a good coach. He is not a good coach. He's got all of his history as a footballer, but as a coach, he wasn't good. And it's shown this season. Massive part of us being in the situation we're in is because of Frank Lampard. He, instead of trying to get Everton points, he tried to get Everton to play a certain way of football. And it's massively cost us because we haven't got those players to play that way.
Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, like, you got Dele Alli as well, which for me was a complete utter waste of time, to be fair. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, I mean, look, you see so far, you're third bottom for a reason. You still got Jordan Pickford. He's a a quality keeper, sort of thing, in my opinion. And, you haven't got a striker at all, Dan, at all whatsoever. I mean, Calvin Lewin, he's been out most of the season. He's been a big miss for you guys. I feel Dwight McNeil, I think he's playing okay. I mean, one of the best of a poor bunch, in my opinion. Onana, I think this guy's absolutely brilliant for your team. I mean, in the midfield and alongside Decore. But your back four, man, I mean, Tarkowski, I like him. I do like him. But for me, he don't score enough goals, so Dan.
He is one of our best players, Tarkowski, though, mate. He's an absolute unit. Yeah. He's tackler. And the amount of blocks he's made this season has been double the amount of any centre-back due to us playing bad as well. But Tarkowski's all. I know Onana, some of our fans are a bit on Onana's case. He's got everything, but is he doing what he should to keep us up? Iwobi's, we're hot and cold, mate. We are hot and cold. This, by the way, I've never met you before. This is a massive game for us. Us Everton fans, I hope you know what's at stake for us, because this is us staying up. And you've been down many a times, and I tell you something, we're scared and we know what's at stake. We've got 6 games left to stay up, and we do believe we can stay up, but our players have got to be on it. And we know your team, Newcastle, are playing well this season. They are playing well, so it's a massive game.
Absolutely massive. Please do follow Toffee Podcast as well on the socials, on his channel as well, and I'll follow them as well. And got some comments, fans. Well, any questions for Dan? Just far away. I wish we scored more after 21 minutes of fun. Game kind of died down. I wish we scored more. 10-10. You know what? End of the day, it could have been double figures as things stands. You are right. If Willock had scored, we could have been 6 up at half time. That's very true. And Sean Longstaff's shot as well went wide. Joe is a beast. Joe Linton is like a utility player in the middle of the park or a wide forward. Correct. And we made it 5-0 in 20 minutes. Germany made it 530 against Brazil. Hence, we are better than Germany 2014. Loris is finished. He isn't Dean Mason. And everyone say hi to other people. Leslie, say hi to you, Dan.
And, nice. Hi's good. I can cope with that. You forced me on. There's a bit of rivalry. Hi's good.
No, there's not a rivalry at all, mate. There's no rivalry at all, mate. Also, we got you on as an Everton fan. We've got to find out about the game as well first. This game, that's what we're on here for. And the season so far as well. There's no rivalry, so you're comfortable, mate. I'll make sure of that. Laurie's okay to blow to the song per the video I saw. I didn't see that.
I think that may be an old video. That remember when they were part of fighting. Aye. If they've done it again, then I didn't see it. Like
exactly. And just this one for Alan. Jules, touch and control and pass and share was truly outstanding. Sublime goal. What a player he has turned out to be. I get those goosebumps watching football play like this by us Arena lads. Thank you, Alan, indeed for that. Yeah, Sean Dyche has come in, and I think he's on a 2.5-year deal. I think he is. If he is, then I think you've got a good manager in there, Dan. I think he's going to keep it compact. He's going to keep your team tight, and he's going to try and keep you up.
He's going to play. He's going to do what these players are capable of. Some of these players have tried to pass the ball, and Sean Dyche is just going more direct with long balls, free kicks, and just trying to get goals direct. And it suited us. It has suited, and I think that's the way we're going to hit you. But you have got a centre back who I massively rated and wanted. That Botman, he is good, very good. A very good centre back he is, and he can cope with long balls.
Yeah. Absolutely right. I mean, Sven Botman's been absolutely fantastic for us this season, and his game is absolutely brilliant. He's yet to score, by the way, but he's when he's on this game, that guy is absolutely brilliant. He really, really is. And yeah, so do you think Sean Dyche could be the long-term future for your club, or?
Well, I was just thinking that if they go down, right?
We're not.
They go down.
We're not.
For me, there's no better manager to have to bring you back up. For me, Sean Dyche is a great guy to have, and you know, to bring you back up, straight back up is what I mean. So yeah, I think you need to keep a hold of him. Either way, if he keeps you up, you definitely want to keep him, give him a good full season, you know. But that's just my opinion. But if you go down, definitely he'll get you back up, no bother.
The thing is, though, we've got you now. This is going to be one of our harder games, but we need to win 3 games to stay up. And you don't support Everton, so you're probably massively set on Everton going down. I don't think we're going to go down. I think 3 wins keep us up. And I think playing Bournemouth, who we've been crap against, but I feel we can be better. I think we can do Bournemouth. Wolves will be an interesting one. We can give them a game. This is why I said if we do get something from you, it sets us up to do well, because I only feel we need 2 wins after you to stay up. So you'll be like, we're down. I know a lot of fans are saying we're down, but 6 games left. You only need 3 to win to stay up. I don't think we're down.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I look at the table there at the bottom of the table, right? I mean, for me personally, this is going to shock a lot of people. I think Everton stay up. I think Forest will be relegated alongside. I think this is going to go as well, by the way, because
Leeds will get drawn into it.
They're going to
Leeds and Southampton.
Yeah. That's what I think as well.
Is that your prediction, is it? Leeds, Southampton and Forest?
Yeah, and Forest.
As an Everton fan, I'm looking at Leeds and saying, we've got to pull you in this. We've got to pull you in this. They're 1 point ahead of us, and they're poor in defence. So, and we've got Leicester as well to play as well, and they're in it. So we've got some big games. It's all up for grabs.
Yeah, do you play tonight? Do you just play tonight or tomorrow?
No, luckily tomorrow. I'm doing my pre-match when games are being played. That's going to affect us. So it's going to be this is not good. You've been down before. It's not good, mate. Yeah. It's not. It's stressful, and we just really want to stay up and get this season done and stay up because we have got a lot of good stuff that's likely going to happen. We've got that new stadium being built. We've got we're going to push the board out. We're going to look to change the owner so that there is some light there. But we need to stay up to make things happen. That's the thing with us.
I've got a question for you. What was your take on Anthony Gordon?
I'm glad
I have to ask. Are you glad, are you?
Yeah, really glad.
I'm not.
I know. I seen what he did. I seen what he did to your manager, which is a cracking manager, by the way. I seen what he did to him, and
I didn't like that. Yeah,
that sort of attitude is why we wanted to get rid of him. And I'm surprised he did that to a manager, mate. I don't think he'll be at Newcastle long if he keeps doing that, because that was disgusting. But he's a spoiled little brat, basically. Yeah. And us getting 40 million for him, which we didn't get to spend yet, but us getting 40 million for him was an absolute steal, I think. But you spent money wisely, but that's the first time I think you haven't.
But do you think, because he was one of your best players, didn't get do you not think you could have done with him for this season, the end of this season? Like right now, you could have done with him. I know you don't like his attitude, but claimed, like his quality. Do you know what I mean?
He claimed that he kept us up, but he didn't. He looked good because he was involved in a few attacks, but his defensive work isn't that good. He can't tackle. You've seen it a couple of times with you. He gets back, he just knocks a player over, gives a free kick in a bad position, and you end up conceding from the free kick. We've got a poor team, and Gordon looked good in a poor team last season.
Yeah.
But that's what made him look better. He probably shouldn't have even been in that team if our team was up to scratch. So, no, he might be all right for you. I don't know, but I'm not going to cry about him because I do feel that McNeil's doing well on the left now. We stepped it up under Dyche.
Yeah.
And I do feel that Iwobi can do the job on the right when Onana comes back in. So, yeah, I do. I'm happy without Gordon. I don't think he's the problem. I think having a centre forward is the problem.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll go through the comments here. We're going to go over Everton's form here as well. Please keep those likes coming in. Thank you very much indeed. Hit the like, subscribe as well. Got some comments on 10 to 10. This fixture reminds of last season. Game start, the second half restart with that oil protest guy. Try and tie himself to the goalpost. Then Everton scored in the
I've been trying to find him.
Yeah.
I've been trying to message him. He's our lucky charm. We need him.
Wow.
Go on, carry on.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
He was a lucky charm. He made us win, he did.
Wow. End of the day sort of thing. Second half, we was poor. And we lost the game because ASN got bundled off the ball. And he could have passed it and he didn't. Alan said, because Alan, Sky Sports never said how good Newcastle played on Sunday. It was all about Spurs being terrible. Well, if I listen to that, then again, they don't like Newcastle, don't they?
No.
They don't. I think teams may be worried about playing us right now. That for the defeat is exactly what we need to bring back the hunger in the squad. Well said, Paul. I wanted a reaction. Got a reaction. And that's why Spurs were got there as well. Absolutely, Alan. Deal's chatting to Alan. Les is chatting to Alan. Michael Owen? Well, that's the real Michael Owen, right? Working to be sure.
Probably because I'm on. Rivalry there.
Exactly. Dig up to Michael. Yeah, Michael's on. So Michael hits the subscribe button there. I mean, might be an Everton fan. The rivalry between us and the way they treated Gordon, I'm hoping for 0-7 to Newcastle. I hope Gordon doesn't start. We'll be like throwing petrol on the fire. Don't need any extra reasons to get that Everton crowd up. That's Sinclair, lad. I'm going to have to agree on that one. I think Eddie Howe knows exactly what he's doing. We'll probably be an unchanged squad. I think we're so comfortable against Tottenham. Probably were absolutely comfortable. Sky Sports corrupt. It's a disgrace. Totally agree. I missed the post-match analyze. The Camden Hells logger kicked in. Don't you too much then do on them, mate. It was on the football show Monday morning, but honestly, no further positives the rest of the day. And Tangy, hi to you, mate. Same again on Thursday night, 5 up at half time and empty Goodison Park for the second half. That's in Tangy. And just chatting to Dan. Oh, Dan's got a question for you. Dan, what's the relationship with you, relation like with your owners? Having an MA for so many years, finally having owners who cared and want to connect with us is massive. Mike Ashley, that is, by the way. How Moshiri is the majority shareholder at the club. He spent $500 million. Didn't buy. Still got Seamus Coles in the team. What do you think of him as your shareholder?
I feel like your owners have literally learnt from all of Moshiri's mistakes. I feel like Moshiri got that money and blown it on absolute crap. It was like two people with money wanting to spend it as soon as they could, showing off, and we wasted it. Well, look how much we spent, like all that money, and we've not really signed anything amazing. We didn't change our academy. We could have set Everton up, but we didn't. And I generally feel like you look at what you've done. You brought sensible signings to start off with. Your first season, you went and got Wood. You cemented yourself. You made it solid, and then you added to it. You've done a lot better with your owners coming in. They've got the head switch. Yeah. Ours are clowns, mate. They really are clowns. I don't know what you see, but you probably look at the Everton fans thinking, oh, they're going crazy at the board and this is why the club isn't doing well. Yeah. That's not the case, mate. We have got bad people running our club that are just walking all over the fans. Our board, Ken Wright and Denise, accused our fans of getting them in a headlock just to get them out, to get the spotlight off them, and made our fans to look like what they're not. I mean, imagine if your board and your owner walked over your fans like that. It's disgusting. They are the wrong people, but we're not talking about them now. We're switched on these games to stay up, because staying up's bigger than your owners and board, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. Just don't worry about the board. Just get on the pitch, like, do you know what I mean? That's the most important thing. You got to get on it. Don't let it distract you from the pitch. Otherwise, it's going to make it even worse, mate. Do you know what I mean? But we'll see what happens there. 8 players before the takeover played against Tottenham in a 6-1 masterclass on Sunday. Wow, that means
what's at stake for you? What's at stake for you this game? I haven't looked.
If you win this game, it'd be in the top 3, still be
3rd. We're going for Champions League, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know you beat Tottenham, and I didn't know whether you was like you were right in that top 4 and you don't need it. Do you need this badly?
Oh yeah, we need it. We're 6 points clear with the game in hand, so we could be in a better position to do it. It's on our hands, you know. But this win, Tottenham play Man U and Liverpool. If I'm right in saying that. So yeah, it's a huge 3 points for us because I can't see them getting anything out of their next 2 games.
So it's Champions League versus survive. It's us trying to survive versus Champions League. That's 2 big things in competition with each other there, trying to get Champions League and a club that's trying to survive. So I was hoping nothing was at stake for you and you'd already got the top 4, but no.
No, not yet.
Not yet. We need 7 games left for me. We need 4 more wins, and that gets us Champions League. 4 more wins, and then we'll just kind of catch the talk whatsoever, because at the end of the day, I think we deserve it. We deserve top 4. And if we just cover where we are, we'll be fine. There's no
just Brighton's and Liverpool are really the ones we need to watch out for, you know, they're on the up.
Yeah.
So yeah, you like you say, forget about them other teams and just do what we're doing, you know, and the kind of catch it.
We've got Brighton as well, so that could be if we beat them, it could help you.
Yeah, exactly.
It could be an interesting one. We have got Brighton in our fiction. I know Brighton are playing really well, but they might drop a few wins for you, so could be an interesting one, that one.
Absolutely. Got a question for you, Dan, as well from Dunel. Do you think the off-field stuff has played a part of Everton's form this season?
No, not at all. I don't think it is. You've got to look, if you watch Everton play, some of these players, they've not got the confidence and the personality. We need to baby some of these players. They've not got, like, you look at, I'll say a few of your players. I don't like to big other teams up, but you've got the Gamires.
Yeah,
he goes and does stuff. He doesn't wait for stuff to happen. He was like Richarlison for us. The Brazilians have got personality. You've got a bit personality in your team. Our players, and you look at who have we got attacking wise that's going to go and win games for us. We haven't got that. It's to do with the players. No, our fans are amazing. Our fans have been behind those players even when they shouldn't. We even got behind Benitez and hated him and didn't want him, but we still got behind him. Fans are not the problem whatsoever. We always get behind the team. It's not nothing to do with what's outside. It's the players. Like, nothing's gone on to those players, I don't think, from the outside. That's just my opinion on that question.
Yep, fair enough. Yes, Gordon should not play much part in any Thursdays. Plenty of games to come for him. Can Dan tell us what's the problem with him? I think Dan explained it earlier on, that he said he thought that he kept Everton up and he didn't. And also as well, is actually wasn't right at Goodison Park.
What do you two think about him? You asked me. What do you two think about him?
What do I think about him? Go, look, at the end of the day, I'm not going to judge him yet. At the end of the day, it's early days for me to judge him yet, but he's a good player. I did like the way he acted against Brentford when he went off. However, he wouldn't be doing that again. And I tell you what, if he did, like he said earlier on, he would not be at Newcastle for long. But he's got a back player. It'll come good. And Eddie Howe would just play him at the right games at the right time. And he's not guaranteed anything. So
for me, he feels like he was just going to walk into a squad, and because he's not, he's spitting his dummy out. He needs to earn his spot. You know, Murphy's outstanding at the minute, Joe Linton. You're not getting in front of him. Maxi, when he's fit, you know, good luck. You know, when you come on, you need to do your bit. You need to show us how good you are, and he hasn't done that yet. But in Eddie, we trust, and we think in time we'll really see. You know, give Eddie some time with him, you know, and we'll see how good he can be. But if, like John says, if he keeps doing that, he'll not get away with it. He'll be another Ryan Fraser playing for the under-21s.
Exactly. And just missed Paul's comments on us. Still not convinced with Gordon acting like that with Howell so earlier in his career. Not good at all. Exactly. Thank Alan. Has Gordon been coached in the last 2 seasons? You talk about Frank Lampard isn't a coach. Dan.
No, I don't think he's a good coach. Well, as soon as Lampard left, Keane. I know Keane's not that good of a centre-back anyway, but he said he went to Lampard and said, how do I get in the team? And Lampard said to him, you're old enough to know how to get into the team and you should know how to play football by now, basically, Lampard said to him. So it's not good coaching for me, that isn't. Sean Dyche is one-on-one, old-school, proper coach. I think Lampard's a bit snobby on the players and stuff. And I do think that's the reason that Gordon has got the bad attitude that he's got, because Lampard acted like he was God's gift. And Gordon needed putting down a bit and needed to earn himself, like you're saying. And I think Lampard made Gordon think he's this superstar that he's not yet. And it's gone to Gordon's head. I really do think it is. And I think if Gordon would have had a manager like Sean Dyche wouldn't let players think that wouldn't let him do what he's done, basically. So I think it's down to Lampard as well. That's just my opinion.
I'm going to have to agree with you there, Dan, because at the end of the day, he's got a long way to go. And would you have done it under Bobby Robson? No, you would not. Would you have done it under Brian Clough? Definitely not. Would you have done it under Fergie? I tell you what, he'd be gone quicker than Linton Chris with that attitude. Let's be real. I'm telling that for now. And Dan, would you have placed Sean Dyche with Duncan Ferguson as your manager?
Good question.
Very good question, Alan. Thank you for that question, mate.
Dyche couldn't tackle, could he? He was feisty. Duncan Ferguson would destroy Dyche, wouldn't he? Be an interesting one.
As a manager, though, which one would you prefer?
Duncan Ferguson. He's got to go and earn his trade. He's not ready.
He's not ready, no.
He's at Forest Green now, isn't he? He's the nicest person in the world, and he's done so much for our club. But being that doesn't make you a good manager. He hasn't got the tactical know-how. I mean, you've got Eddie Howe, who I wish we got. He's absolutely amazing. I think he's the most probably underrated manager in the Premier League. Well, he is getting rated now, isn't he? But he's a very, very good manager. Tactically, that's what I think. But Duncan Ferguson didn't have that. So, good guy, legend, but not a good manager yet. They have to earn the trade. These young managers think they can come in and they've got it straight away. You need to be in the game for a long time to learn everything in football before you can be a good manager. You look at Vieira, sacked. You look at Steven Gerrard, sacked. You look at Lampard, sacked. Look at him at Chelsea still now. These young managers, they ain't doing it because they should be in the Championship, earning the actual trade before they... It's like if you go to a workplace, the longer you're there, the better you get into it.
Or in Scotland is a good place for them, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree as well. Gerrard probably should have stayed there, but I'm glad Gerrard's doing shit because I don't like him.
Thumbs up, Johnny.
Yeah.
Not as Samuel's biggest fan. That's what I'm going to say on that. I think it's more crucial for Everton. We have a bit of a leeway defeat not in the Champions League for us. Alan, this is a game we're going to need to win, mate. You know,
don't just be nice to me. It's probably just being nice to me. Don't just be nice to me. But yeah, you need it as well. You do need it as well.
We do. Big up to Davey from Bladen. Hope you're okay, mate. Not from Benwell, Bladen, if I get it right. As well. And if saying hi to question for Dan. How is your new stadium viewed by the fan base? Much needed kickstart or waste of money or somewhere in between?
The new stadium's incredible. It's going to be one of the best in the Premier League near the dock. I mean, I'm sure you've already seen it. It's the light for us. I mean, it's something we've needed for a long time. If you're going to be these big teams, you need a good stadium, don't you? And we love the old lady, but it's getting old now, isn't it? And we needed something new. You look at West Ham's got a nice stadium now. Tottenham's just had you've got to keep up with times. And if you're going to become this big club that wins trophies, you've got to have the stadium to go with it. It's amazing. We've just got to make sure we stay in the league and not be in the Championship in that stadium, which I believe we will stay up.
Champion stuff. Guys, if you like the video, like what you see, then please like and subscribe. If you'd like to super chat, it's open. And if you'd like to become a member, it's just 99p. Thank you for Dino Baines for becoming a member again. And also do follow Paul V NUFC and also follow Toffee Podcast as well on Dan's channel. And has the staff member of the Big Teeth and Giant Bolt Cutters ready for any potential protesters on Thursday, Dan?
I'd have him there. That was a random game that stays with me because you got a red card. We got a red card and we still won with 10 men with Iwobi and our games our games are always crazy. I mean, look at that game that we had where it was we was ahead and you scored 2 goals at the very end, wasn't it? Last minute, like you scored 2 goals in the last minute. Newcastle and Everton are very interesting games. There will be stuff that goes on. A question for you: Is Maximil injured?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you like him? Because I think he's incredible.
He is incredible. I love him.
Some of your fans, I know that they say they don't like him, and I know there was rumours that he was going to leave, and I think he's incredible.
Yeah, it's because of he's inconsistent. He doesn't play like that every single week. He has off games. But when he plays well, he's outstanding. He's brilliant. And the way he runs the defenders, he's scary. He's got the skill. And he's improved a lot recently. He's got some end product now, which he didn't used to have. But yeah, there's a lot of people that think we can get a lot of good money for him to help us get someone like an Osimhen or someone from abroad. They would use him for the deal. I personally don't think it's the right time. I think we need him. We're in no right, time to be selling people like him. I don't think it's the right time. I love him. I think he's brilliant.
Surely he's a Champions League player. Surely he's a Champions League player. So sorry to overtalk you there. Surely he's a Champions League player, because you need a big squad if you do get in it. And
yeah, exactly.
He's class. He is class. But like you just said, you probably think you can get better. I don't know what you'll do with him. I'd definitely have him at Everton. He's class.
He is.
Yeah, I just hope he comes back very, very soon.
But we don't need him. Like, we seen what we did at Tottenham without him. Sorry, John. He is a great player, but he's not like a Bruno. We don't have Bruno, we're in trouble. You've seen what we did against Tottenham without Maxi. We're still an amazing squad, playing really well without him. And like you see, he has off games, and we've still won them games when he's been shite. But he's not. But he's someone I want at the club, obviously. But I think he'll even struggle to get back in the team at the minute, when he's fit, because we're just playing that well at the moment. But that's a good thing to have. It's a good problem to have, isn't it?
Competition. Competition.
That's what you want, isn't it? Yeah.
What reason? I was just going to say, what reason do you think it is the reason that you're... Sorry to overtalk you there. What reason do you think is the reason that you're playing so well? Because I've watched you, and you pass the ball. You're quite daring. I watched you against Man City this season, and you proper went at them in the first game. And you are quite daring. Why do you think it's worked with you? Do you think it's your manager? This is a question to you. Do you think it's the manager's tactics? Because your players are all right, but they're not Joe Linton and stuff.
I know you're showing long staffs and all that. Yeah, I know what you're saying. But yeah, it all comes down to Eddie Howe and the coaching. It's it just shows how good he is. Look at Bruce. Look at other management. They couldn't do it with these players, could they? In the Championship. And look what Eddie Howe's done. You've got to give all the credit to Eddie Howe, 100%. I think he's a fantastic coach, and he's really, really made these players. I don't know what he's done. I don't know what he said, but it's worked. But for me, all the credit goes to the coach in the end of the day for how well we're playing.
Yeah, cool. John, do you think, actually, we go through these comments before we go into the team news as well, who we're just going to play. John, do you think that Maxi might not kick up on an anger for the Toon again? I feel be off at the end of the season. Now, the thing is, nobody knows about it, but for me personally, I keep him, because at the end of the day, we're going to need him for the Champions League. We've got to give him a chance to see what he does with us in the Champions League and see how he gets on from there. But for me, I keep him. And, he's a maverick. He is a maverick, yeah. We don't know what we expect from him. He's a damn good player on his day.
But why are people even thinking and saying this? Like, what? Why do people think he's leaving at the end of the season? I don't get it. What's made you think that?
I don't get it neither.
He's happy. We're happy. He's happy. We're doing really well. Champions League next season. Why would he want to leave?
Exactly. I still keep it. I think it's a big season for him, but I think he's doing well. I think he's doing good. I mean, we're going to put up more and more and more, and he'd be a complete winner. And question for you, Dan, who's your favourite Everton player from the past?
It's not an easy question, is it? It depends how far you want to go. I'm going to go with Tim Cahill. I miss him. Tim Cahill was quality, punching the corner flag, won headers, wasn't even tall, passionate. Anyone that you can connect with as a fan, that plays for that badge, that's the sort of player that stayed with me. Tim Cahill, I loved him. And he did, when I was at an Everton game, he scored, punched the flag and jumped into me when I was younger. So that stays with me. It's got to be him for that reason.
I tell you who you need from us. I think Wilson would really do your squad wonders, mate. I think you really need a striker, mate. And I think he's ideal for you, is Wilson.
What, the little lad?
Callum Wilson up front.
Oh, I thought you meant because there was rumours of your lad. Who's the small one that you've got? 4 foot.
Miggy.
Oh, Miggy.
No, he doesn't even play for you much now. Is he Scottish or something? Fraser, that's the guy. Yeah, we got linked to him, and I was like, no, I don't. Although he did play well. Do you know what though? He played well for you when you didn't buy players and you needed to do well and stay up. He grafted. Your manager got a lot out of him as well, and he was everywhere. I said on my Everton channel, I said Eddie Howe is getting players busting the thingy. He's getting Fraser to bust it. He's getting Joe Linton, by the way. He's nothing special, but he's just got him working his arse off, and he's making a career for himself working his arse off. And Fraser, I wouldn't want him, but he did well for you. That's one thing I will say. All of them did, didn't they? I don't think there was a player that didn't for you when Eddie Howe come in. He got the best out of all of them.
Yeah. I'm glad to hear that from, you know, someone outside of the Toon. You know, like, it's good that you've noticed that as well. I thought that as well. I thought you did really, really well when we were in the shit. I liked him. But
when you got the money, you forget the stuff that you needed at the time. That's the problem. You've got all this money now. You're thinking this, that, and the other. Remember what kept you up, because you was in a bad situation, weren't you, when your owners come in, and you couldn't buy a lot of players. And some of those players that you had, like Fraser, like Joe Linton, stepped it up to get you out of that bottom.
Like Richie left back.
Yeah, 100% as well.
Yeah, I don't forget, mate.
No. You remember those times more than the freaking Champions League trying to get top 4, because you just going down is the worst thing ever, and that's the situation we're in. Iwobi reminds me of Joe Linton a little bit, because we didn't like him, but he started to just put a shift in, and like Iwobi sometimes played centre mid for us when he asked to, and I think when he puts a shift in, he's okay, he gets away with it, but Iwobi often didn't. And I think when you first got Joe Linton, he didn't put the shift in, did he? But now he's realised what it gets putting a shift in. He does that now, doesn't he? And it's made a player of him, and he does play well for you. I've watched him.
And again, it's all down to the coaching and Eddie. Full credit to the staff.
Absolutely.
Who's your favourite player?
My favourite player for the
Newcastle channel. You've asked me, Tim Cale. Who's your? I'm interested on.
Oh, from the past, John, you go first.
For my time, Alan Shearer.
I knew he was going to say that.
I'm not saying that. Rob Lee for me. I love Tino as well as Freya, but Rob Lee for me was my number one, mate.
Have to be Shearer for me all day long. We go through this comms, and then we've got to talk about predictions as well for the bit, and the team lineups as well. I love watching ASM on the left, but honestly, I think Joe does the job better. He works hard for the team, doesn't he, Joe? He certainly does. How are Everton looking for injury-wise? Is Coleman still out?
I'm still waiting on this. Coleman's less chance. Yeah, he's fit. I don't know until tomorrow. I don't know whether it's come out whether Coleman's playing. I think it's tomorrow he'll say, but Coleman's less chance. But I think Onana might be back, and Decore's back from his suspension. So we're looking good. And Calvert-Lewin obviously is massive for us. He's got a game under his belt.
Is he fit? Is he Calvert-Lewin?
He played last game, and he played for nearly 90 minutes, and he looked like he could keep us up. He could be the answer for us, hopefully.
Yeah. Cool. Togetherness has definitely played a part also as a Danilo. 9 players that were involved in the Spurs game, prompt 6-1, were hurt and the Bruce. Massive difference there as well. It's been a perfect storm since takeover, starting with Eddie and his team. Big up to Brian. I'm on Time Boss. Big up John. Love the weekend video, John. Who's leaving? Well, no one ain't leaving yet for Newcastle United, as far as I know. But look, at the end of the day, we have to wait until the summer to find who's better. There's plenty going to be going. It's great to have an Everton fan who is respectful of Newcastle and also genuine interested in how our club has progressed. I wish Everton the best, just not on Thursday night. That's Twin Jules.
That's fine. I completely understand.
Big up to Brian Tinkale, yes. And we need ASM as a squad player. Yep, Fraser, he can go. Fraser, not from me. Chris Wood, definitely not. Well, he's gone forward. And we're around the end of the season. You enjoyed Brian Mitt. Wilson will finish his career at the Toon. It's looking that way more and more for me. Pierce is moving to Everton. Yeah, I heard that as well. And then I was like, guess Miggy, Wilson, Fraser, boosh. ASM, please stay. Yeah, Brian wants to stay. And how he tells the players to empty their tanks on the bench in every single game. It's the reason we have possibly the fittest squad in the Prem. We have indeed.
That is what we do, by the way. We do not start running us like 5-0 up, 90th minute, doesn't matter. We will, honestly, the pressure we put on is outstanding. It's exciting to watch.
We had that when Dyche took over because we beat Arsenal first game. And for the first few games, we had that like hunting impacts all game on it. But the last 2 games, for some reason, they haven't done that. And that's why we're at a point now thinking a little bit scared, because it's been like started good under Dyche the first couple of games and gone a little bit off the thing. So we're not sure what we're going to get this game. Yeah,
we'll see on that one as well. 4-foot player, could be Trips. Look at him against some of the lads, and you see he's a pop. That's short. That's a Tim Anton. Bigger too, Tim. Please hit the subscribe button, mate. I believe it's your first time as well. Thank you, mate. And tell me hit back for me. So I'm Wood. Leslie, no, you are not. Right, let's go on to team news. For Everton, I mean, I think Decore's still got one match ban, and he's got
he's back. He's back.
He's back, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And we need him. He started to play good, so I'm glad he's back.
Yeah. So Decore is going to be in the 3-match ban, and after missing the last 2 Everton matches of injury, and Maradou Onana could also return in the central midfield. Mason Holgate will be suspended. He got sent off. Did he get sent off on Saturday against Palace?
We was very happy he got sent off. We was very happy he got sent off. We didn't want him to play. He's not that good. He got his chance and he can't tackle. 2 yellow cards. I'm glad he's not there. I'd rather put Godfrey there. We'll talk about your team, our team clash in a minute, but I'd rather have Godfrey there against your team.
Good player, Godfrey.
Yeah, he can tackle. Godfrey can't. Holgate can't. Holgate can't tackle, and that's not good for a defender.
Definitely, that's not good news there. But Isak's on fire in a minute. We'll talk about Isak in a bit. We've got Everton possible starting lineups here. I think it's going to be Pickford and goal, Patterson, Keane, Tarkowski, Malenko, Arobi, Onana, Gray, if I pronounce it right, Decore, McNeil, and Calvert-Lewin. For Newcastle, possibly Pope and goal, Trippier, Share, if he's passed the fitness test, Botman and Byrne. The midfield three is Willock, Bruno G, Longstaff, and the front three, Murphy, Wilson, and Big Joe Linton as well. Yeah, it says Wilson. Yeah, I think they're talking about starter over Isak.
Why?
I don't get it at all.
Look at his reaction.
He better not. I've got him captain in my fantasy football. He better be starting.
Well, that's a prediction starting like that. I mean, Eddie Howe wants to change it up. Like he wants to freshen the strikers up front.
No way, not lately. Nah, you can't drop Isak, man. At the minute, you can't drop Thierry Henry, man.
Yeah, I hope that squad. I hope that team needs to run. I really do. I want Isak.
So do I. Oh, didn't see that.
Dan,
live reaction. This is why we do these channels, for those sort of reactions. He didn't know that you're going to play Wilson, and then he's just completely.
Oh no, I'm not. Honestly, I'm not going to sleep well tonight. No, I'm not going to sleep well.
I'd rather you play Wilson than play Isak.
Yeah.
Because he looked quite good last game. So if you play Wilson, I'll be happy with that. That's a good decision on my end.
Well,
I've just captained him.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, just hold your horses until the hour before the kickoff. Yeah. Sneaker getting stressed.
Mr. Positive.
Okay. Good. I'll go to the comments as well. I hope you're right, John. Max is not happy it's not starting games. He destroyed West Ham, has fantastic feet. I want him to stay and be part of our squad. We need to keep these lads. Thank you, Alan. He has to stay. But it's competition. Simple as that. It's all down to coaching. Steve Bruce boosted half the squad when he was here. That's in Clone Lad. He did. It's hard, but I think Bruno and Jolin have taken the spots of the favourites in my heart. Slot people, but true. On Big Joe, he's played out players by Boost, but Howe plays him in his natural position. That's gained confidence and is an enforcer. The Everton guy has completely misjudged him. Joe Linton.
Misjudged Joe Linton?
Yeah.
I'm sure I've seen a lot of your fans onto him at the start as well. I don't think you was a fan of him at the start.
No one was.
No, he puts a shift in. I just think he puts a shift in, and he doesn't lose the ball. And I don't see more than that, but that's quite a good thing to have in a team where all 11 tick. And I think that's what he does. And he grafts. He's not the best at tackling. I see him often pick up yellow cards for pulling and stuff. But he's made a trade in that position. Was you surprised he ended up going from striker? Because you've got to remember, when you first got him, you thought he was going to be your centre forward, and now he's playing centre mid, defending, running around the pitch.
Yeah, and you know what it is. You know what it is, right? Do you know what it is, right? I mean, Joe Linton, right? I mean, that was Mike Ashley sign. Apparently, Rafa didn't want him, and he asked Rafa how good is Joe Linton, and he said he's not worth the money. But Ashley went ahead and spent that money, 40 mil. Steve Bruce come and said that this guy's a brilliant player. He's not watched him play, right? And then he did not coach Joe Linton right. I mean, I didn't like him as a striker. They played us at the 10, played him wide. And I think to myself, we signed a pup, yeah? And at the end of the day, Eddie Howe comes in, right? And he's turned his career around. Now, whoever's the new Brazil manager is soon, whether it be Ancelotti or whether it be someone else, Joe Linton has got to be in that team.
100%, mate. I know that squad's unreal, but my God, Joe Linton should be in that squad.
You really do love him.
Oh, he's fantastic,
to
mate.
get him
Honestly,
in that Brazil team.
I'll tell you something new. I would sell Bruno Guimaraes before Joe Linton.
I can't believe that. I didn't.
Wow.
Joe Linton for me is one of our most important players.
46 minutes and 15 seconds, guys. You rather sell Bruno over Joe Linton?
You are.
Wow.
As a fan,
46-15.
I love him. Wow. He is so important. He's outstanding.
I was just thinking now, has there ever been a big centre forward that a team have brought that's ended up a
monster
midfielder? Yeah, but has there ever been a big centre forward that's ended up being a centre midfielder? I can't think of any. That is so random that a centre forward, big lad, has ended up playing in your centre midfield.
Yeah, he's a monster, mate. So important to the team. Obviously, the last thing I'd ever want is to sell Bruno or Joe Linton. I'm just saying, I think highly of him.
Wow. I tell you, Joe Linton's comfy leaps and bounds, that guy. I'm telling you, he's a unit, absolute unit. We have a close group of games, so he will change things here, and there can be see him dropping Isak like he's in form of his life. He is indeed. Jason runs and ball control at the weekend. More of that shift, in my opinion. I tell you what, he is scoring goals. Big up to Joe Linton. And with J7, when he was given a number 9, it really didn't work out. Kevin Clark being sent off forced a positional change for Joe. The rest is history. Thank you, Jules. The curving run and then that touch from Joe for his goal was world class. Paul, absolutely agree. And Alan Smith, that he said he was shy up front and midfield. Well, I tell you what, Alan Smith could take. You know what could do with Alan Smith? He could just get in the bin. Get in the bin. You know what I mean? Get in the bin. Never a centre forward. That's what I was saying. He was played as a centre forward, not his choice. That's a Michael. It wasn't his choice. He came here as a left winger. Yeah,
he did. He did.
Got him up front, and that is down to Steve Bruce.
Didn't he? He played there out wide in Germany, didn't he? Wasn't it?
He did. He did. I read at Hoffenheim, by the way. I can't lie. He did. I read at Hoffenheim, but I thought he came at 22. This guy just gets better and better and better. We know exactly what Kyle means. Jason is our beast, but of course we wouldn't sell Bruno. Definitely not. So
and do you know these talks about Real Madrid with Bruno? Like, I'm sick of hearing. We should be worried about Eddie Howe. That's the last person you want to be getting rid of. Like, Real Madrid should be coming in for Eddie Howe, not Bruno. England, he should be managing England, Eddie Howe. That could just be me being biased, but I think he's
that Bruno that you've got is something else, though. He is. I don't like bigging other players up that much because I'm Everton all the way, but he is something else. He's not often do you get players that give so much, and he cares about you fans as well. I can see he's connected with your fans. He goes over to you a lot, and he's just a passionate player, and he doesn't back down. Big games, he's on it, and he is a very, very good player, and I think he's a big part of where you are. I don't think you'd be competing Champions League without him. Sometimes you need that edge. It's like when we got James Rodriguez under Carlo. Those players are just magic. They just do stuff. You don't know what they're going to do you? They're unpredictable, but they do stuff that's different to win your games. And your Guimaraes is like that. He's exactly the same. He's a cracking player that you've got.
Special player, him. I mean, he is absolutely priceless. Great comment from Paul, by the way. Isak's going to be a seriously special player. The guy could do anything exactly. But I wanted this guy. If you want to get a striker, realistically, he's the guy. A couple of days later, he was here. It will be tough against Everton, but I'm confident on Newcastle 3-1 win. I hope you're correct, Alan. No Kyle Potter for England. Bruno is a design label. Mind you, Bruno is Primark. I like that. And I've never seen a player like Bruno come in and be so comfortable from the first second, man. He's unreal. Paul, you're absolutely right, mate. That guy, he's going to be a lifer at Newcastle United. We don't need to sell him. He is an absolute lifer.
We don't need the money.
Don't need the money. He's happy in Newcastle. He's got just a newborn Ben Matthew as well. You know, they're settled. Simple as that. And he's just gone to Real Madrid. They cannot afford him as well. So Dan, give us your prediction for Everton lined up tomorrow night. Who would you pick as if you're a manager?
It's a bit different. It's a bit different to yours. I'll do my prediction tomorrow on my channel. But I'd go Godfrey right back. I wouldn't go Patterson. He's not getting in. For some reason, Dyche isn't picking him yet. I'd go Godfrey right back. I'd go Keane's going to get it. We're not sure Michael Keane, but Keane will get it centre back with Tarkowski. And then Mikolenko will play left back. And then this is where I talk about Gamira's being good. I think Onana, I want him back on him. I think Onana is a bit of a machine. A lot of teams are after Onana already. I think we need him to take your player out of the game. And Doucouré will come back in the middle with Gana Gay. So we'll have the three in the middle, Doucouré, Onana and Gana Gay. And that's a cracking triple, that is. That I feel if we haven't had that, and that's been a big part of us losing 2 games. But if we can get them back with McNeil and Iwobi playing right wing and Calvert-Lewin up front, I feel we've got a strong team against you. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be an easy game, but I feel it'll be a good game. And I do feel that that's a good team for us. That'll be our best team because we haven't had Calvert-Lewin. And I like that team against you.
Well, if Fulham can score 3 against you, then how many goals going to score against you? That's the thing, because you can score goals all over the place in a minute. But this is going to be a tough game tomorrow night. It's not going to be easy, but we're going to go there and give it a right go. I think you're going to need to be patient again, Carl. We need to be patient in that game.
This is what I'm saying to my fans. Do you know when Liverpool beat... don't want to talk about Liverpool in any good way. Can't stand them, Everton. But Liverpool beat they beat Man United 7-0, didn't they?
Yeah.
They lost the next game against Bournemouth or something like that. So you might have battered a team, switch off, play us, and lose. You don't see 2 batterings in a row, if you know where I'm coming from. You often don't see that. It can get you too excited sometimes. And like you're saying, we beat them, let's go and beat Everton. If you come out with that confidence, I'll be happy. Let's just say that. Because it can lose your head with too much confidence, can't it?
Plus, we're 6 points clear with the game in hand. So let's hope they're not thinking that,
You get where I'm coming from, though, don't you? That's the way. That's as a fan, you try and take everything weak out of the other team, don't you? And I think if you go in the game like that, you might not see the game that you want. But you've played very well last game, very well.
Plus, we're away from home as well.
Our ground is going to be it's going to under Goodison lights. We've all put everything out all over social media, get together. This is our club's life. And I tell you something, our ground is going to be a bad place to come to. It's going to be rocking. We're going to be behind that team with everything we've got. So you come into a very atmosphere place. It's going to be not a good place. Well, you would do that yourselves, wouldn't you, if you're in this position? Yeah. So it's going to be a big ground to come to. Yeah, home advantage. Hopefully, we get it. Go on.
It's going to be a cracking atmosphere at Goodison Park. Bruno's down won't let him leave Newcastle. Bruno's missus says she never want to leave. Bruno's effing matching medicine at your hat. Thank you, Michael. Nope, we got batter from Villa. They've learned from that. That's important, exactly. And Eddie Howe is the difference, Dan. They will be switched on. Right, I'm going to get your prediction score, Dan. What do you think the score is going to be tomorrow at Goodison Park between Everton and Newcastle?
I didn't even think before. Come on, normally I've got it in my head.
Yeah.
I'm going to go. Would you take a draw?
You do, don't you? If it go, you'd say a draw is a good result if it goes that way. But I feel I'd love to get a win to get us rolling. I think we can. I've got 2 scores in my head, 1-0 or 2-1. I think if we can keep it 0-0 and snatch one, I've got that game in my head where Iwobi scored at the end. I've got that in my head. Yeah. That's what we need it to be, though, isn't it? And I think if we can keep it, you lot think you're going to go and smash 6-7 goals against us. We are actually defending good. And, we did last game anyway. It was 0-0, so we kept a clean sheet. So if we defend and don't let you score and you keep coming at us, we might catch you out. So I think 1-0 or 2-1. I'm going for 2 scores, sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. Go get yours, Cal. We've got one here from Alan. Said that nothing's been reported yet, like Leslie's been said, Alan. So 3-1 to Newcastle. That's from Paul. 1-0. He take 1-0 now. 3-0 to us at least. That's from Tim. Big up to you, Tim, mate. Toon has been good away from home. 1-0 at ones each for me. So, Cal, give us your score predictions, mate. What's going to happen tomorrow and how do you think it's going to go?
Well, just after seeing what we just did, 5 goals in 20 minutes. We're absolutely on fire again. That was against Tottenham, the team that's 5th. I know they're in shambles at the minute, but the 5th. We're playing a team who's really struggling at the minute. Seeing that they are fighting, they'll be fighting for their life. You would hope so anyways. We're away from home.
Be honest, be honest, be honest. Because I'm here, you can say you're 10-0 if you want.
If honestly, I'm always honest, aren't I, John? Sometimes I'm too honest.
You are. Yes.
If Isak starts, I think it's going to be 4-0. We're really hard to score against. I don't think he's have a striker. Even if Calvert-Lewin plays, just can't see him scoring. Well, back four is just the best in the league, in my opinion. I think it'll be 4-0 with Isak starting. If Wilson starts and Isak comes on the last 20 minutes, I'll go with a 2-0 win.
Yeah. For me personally, I think Isak's got to start in the game. I think I'll keep us the same team that started against Tottenham. To be fair, despite we've got Southampton game in mind on Sunday as well. So I think Eddie will probably make changes, but for me, stick to the same formation. And I'm gonna go. It's gonna be tough, you know. I think Everton will probably score, but I think it's gonna be I'm gonna say 2-1 to Newcastle. I think we'll find a way. It'd be 2-1. And if you're going to get Champions League football, this is the game we have got to win.
What was I was just going to ask this. What would we talked about us being in relegation, but which I don't like talking about. If you don't get top four, what would be your attitude?
I'd be devastated.
For me personally, I'll be devastated as well because you've been in the top four for so long. No people's going to say, "Oh, but we happen to visit Europa Conference." For me, I want top four this season because at the end of the day, we've got the players to do it. We need something to there as well. And for me personally, we're in a good position. We can't mess this up now. We cannot mess this up. We're in a great position. 3 more wins, maybe 4 more wins, and that gets us Champions League. Because I cannot see Liverpool catching us at all whatsoever. And I'll be devastated if we don't get top 4.
I'll be livid.
Big up to Matt, by the way. Hi to Matt. Please hit the subscribe button, mate, if you can. That'd be brilliant. Great show. Good luck to Everton after we play them. Thank you, Michael. Everton will try and frustrate us for sure. That will be the difference between winning and losing. That's from Paul. Dan's a top fan. That's from Dino.
I thought it was going to get a lot worse when I come on. Some of our fans clash, but you two are top, and it's been all right, to be fair. Some of our fans clash, but not all fans clash, do they? We've been honest, so there you go.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for, mate. We don't have a go at people. We don't abuse fans. We don't have a go at whatsoever. We're just an honest, open, honest channel. We don't talk BS. We say how it is. At the end of the day, right, we make any fan comfortable on my channel. Carl will tell us as well.
The thing is, we've got you've got some bad eggs in your fans. We've got some in our fans, but it doesn't represent your whole fan base, if you know what I mean. That doesn't. People pull out that and think the fans are that, but like I say, they pull out the bad stuff. But we have got some good people in the fan bases. You two have been top.
Thank you very much, indeed. I really appreciate your
But it is a big game. I do want to win this. I'm ready for it. I've got my pre-match, and this is massive. And it's big for you. That's what I was interested on coming on. You two have just acted like if you don't get top 4, you're going to be destroyed. And I'll tell you something, if we go down, I will. So this is a big game, and it's going to be a good one.
Massive game. Massive for both sides. Good evening, lads. I'm a bit late here now. Gary, we started at 10:07, my guy. I'll let you off.
Finished now.
I love him the bits. We wrap this up there. Gary as well. Thank you, Gary. Gary and Dunno. We're having a great season, but I agree we'll be so disappointed. That's from Leslie. Thank you, Leslie. She's on my she gets my drift as well. Let's go, lads. Let's go top 4 with the lads. Thank you very much indeed. The better the team we play, the better. We seem to play for some reason. We'll sit back and sort the press and catch you on a break. Everton to win 2-1. That's from Matt. Thank you, Matt. Start the season top 8 in our position. We're disappointed we're not in the 3 and 4. That's an Alan. Thank you, Alan. Great show, lads. Best of luck to Everton after we beat you. That's an Alan. Dan, it's been a pleasure. See you again soon. I hope. That's an Leslie. Bad eggs in all fan bases. That's true. Hope you're wrong, Matt. That's Leslie. On Andy Gordon, own goal would be glorious. I knew he said that.
Do you think he'll play though? Because he's gone and tweeted now. Gordon said, "See you on Thursday," and. Do you think he's going to play? Because if he does, we'll target him.
Yeah, he will play. He'll come on, but he shouldn't start. There's no way he'll start.
I think he's an easy red card if he comes on because he's very hot-headed.
He is. But look at Wayne Rooney. He got booed in his first season, didn't he? And then after that, they clapped to him every time.
It can go both ways, but if Gordon comes with him tweeting, bring on Thursday when we're in a relegation battle, I don't think it's a good game for you to play him. I can see you leaving him out. I'd be surprised if he plays because something like that could cost you, I think. Because he isn't something you massively need, is he, in that game?
Yeah.
But if you play him, that's a good thing for us. I don't mind you playing him.
Well, I'll tell you what, if I was the manager, I wouldn't play him at all. I'd keep this start with the same 3, the same 11 that played on Sunday. Anthony Gordon, go, I'm here for it. And if he gets picked, cheers, lads. Good show. Best luck to Everton at the weekend. That's in Clone, lad. Thank you, mate. Like, subscribe, and share your customers, please. Thank you very much. Big up the lads. Big up to you, mate. Great show. Thanks for getting on your show on Friday.
You're welcome, mate.
Appreciate that. And thanks for a great show and great chat. Thank you, Leslie, and take care to Donald as well. Guys, that's going to wrap up the show. Done an hour, and thanks very much indeed. And Dan, can you tell our viewers where we can find you on your socials, please? And did you enjoy coming on your show on our show today?
Well, I set my channel up 2 months ago. I've got a big Twitter account, like 7,000 followers, Everton followers on my Twitter account, and do my spaces on that. But I've just set a channel up now, and I've only got like 200 subscribers, but it is growing fast. I've 2 months, 200 subscribers isn't bad. But I'm doing well with it. I'm enjoying it. And yours is, boss mate, you've got a good setup here. I'm looking at your channel and thinking I want to push mine to be like yours because you both speak really well and stuff. I've got a good partner on mine as well, and Dan's Bluecast, it's Everton, so you won't go on it much, but maybe every time we play we'll have a little clash like this, and it's been good.
Absolutely. And you definitely enjoyed coming on, didn't you?
Well, we didn't argue, did we? So it was good.
There you go.
It was good. We both want to win and we haven't argued, so that's good.
Absolutely.
I'm ready for it.
Banter. Brilliant.
I'm ready for it.
Stuff. And we can find you on Toffee Bluecast podcast as well. So please get them subscribed. I've subscribed to your channel as well, mate. And that'd be fantastic there. And I hope you get to 1,000 very, very soon. Good luck with your channel, Dan. That's from Leslie. And she's a regular viewer as well. And Carl, where can we find you, mate, on your socials, mate?
Just Twitter, mate. Always the same. @KPOV NUFC, and I'll drop you a sub as well, Dan, mate.
That's mate. I like you on Twitter as well.
Fantastic stuff. Thank you very much indeed. I've got one from.
If we win, I'll add you if we win.
I'll block you if you win.
I know you will. I knew you were going to say that. Oh, I love it. You've got to have the banter. Yeah, I'll block you back as well if you win, definitely.
Oh, bless you. No, we won't do that. We're too kind. Hiya, John Fence. That's Colton Connor. Thank you very much indeed, mate. Keep Gordon for Saints on Sunday. I think you'll probably start one of those games. Pardon me. We'll see. So, guys, thanks so much indeed. Before I let you go, I'll hold you backstage for 2 minutes. If you like the video, like what you see, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and if you want a super chat, you can still do so. And if you'd like to become a member, it's just 99p. Thank you, Dunhill, for becoming the latest member. And I'll be back tomorrow for a watch along between Manchester City and Arsenal. And before saying, it's a football channel, Newcastle channel. Listen, Newcastle fan always. This is a special show with me and Lottie because of Aidan Stephen Featley, who sadly passed away a couple months ago. So we're doing that for him because he would have loved us to do that as well. So join us tomorrow. I think it'd be 7:30 tomorrow for that one. So join me and Lottie for that, guys. And until then as well, thanks so much for joining and take care and watch what you're doing.